A Tuesday full of good vibes for everyone. Today, I'm sharing an update on the situation of a well-known NFL player and his potential connection with a team for Pennsylvania in the near future, possibly even within the next few hours. Before we dive deeper into the latest information, it would be great if you could show your support. If you're eager for this wait to come to an end, a gesture of support can increase the chances of this signing happening. So let's move forward. According to recent information, there was a private training session at a specialized center in Los Angeles, where this athlete met with the team's new top receiver, who also trains in the same city in preparation for the season. The fact that they came together for this training session is encouraging news for those hoping that both will join the team next season. An earlier report from a league owners meeting suggests that this player is in the middle of a decision-making process. Apparently, the latest step took place over the weekend when he threw passes to his training partner. According to sources close to the activity, the throwing session did indeed take place, and it seems he's considering all the important details. I imagine it was a productive workout between them. We'll have to wait and see if this leads him to express his excitement, perhaps saying something like, "I'm all in. I really like this target." In addition to the session with Metcalf, there was also an exchange of information with Pat Freiermuth, a connection confirmed on Pittsburgh radio last week, pointing to ongoing discussions with the tight end. This target is valued, and along with the exclusive throwing session with Metcalf this weekend, there were also approaches to Freiermuth. It's clear that there is communication with Double Eight, and if there's contact with Metcalf and Freiermuth, it's reasonable to consider that there may be connections with other offensive players on a specific team, including George Pickens, Calvin Austin III, Roman Wilson, and others on the offensive line. The goal seems to be organizing more throwing sessions throughout the offseason to develop chemistry and improve the offense as the regular season of NFL 2025 approaches. Additionally, a 6-hour meeting took place in Pittsburgh at a sports complex in the city's South End, highlighting strong interest from the team. Reports indicate that this meeting was extremely productive. Key figures mentioned during the owners' meetings this week in Palm Beach noted that the meeting was effective and, as described by the head coach, quite intimate. Conversations took place with the owner, general manager, and head coach, followed by several hours in the film room with the offensive coordinator, analyzing past performances and working to create a comprehensive offensive vision for the unit under the leadership of a potential starting quarterback. All these signs, from off-season training to communication with current players and an extensive meeting where scheme discussions took place, suggest significant interest in eventually joining the team. However, no signature has occurred yet due to the desire to conduct thorough research and ensure everything aligns perfectly. The situation regarding the potential signing of this football player by the Pittsburgh team is in the spotlight. He seems to have considerable interest in joining the Steelers organization, but the delay in formalizing the contract may be linked to his intention to carefully examine the circumstances. He wants to make sure this opportunity aligns with his professional goals before committing. Continuing our discussion, it's worth mentioning additional information indicating that he is inclined to join the Steelers, based on a recent report from a reliable sports source. Before we dive deeper into this latest report, it's important to consider the effects of recent events, such as the performance of a player who showcased his skills by catching passes from him last weekend. Notably, there are products available that may attract fans, especially jerseys representing this athlete, which can be purchased from a well-known online retailer. He will wear number 4 during this season in Pittsburgh, regardless of who is throwing passes on game days. For those wanting to secure this jersey and support the ongoing discussion, a link is available in the comments for the purchase. Returning to the report, it was mentioned that there's a belief in Russell Wilson's circle that the player is indeed heading to Pittsburgh, and it seems there's an informal guarantee he communicated to the Steelers. This information may have impacted Russell Wilson's decision to sign with another team instead of pursuing a spot with the Steelers next season. According to the source, discussions with several people connected to the quarterback market revealed that it was widely accepted that the Steelers had received some sort of signal from the player about his intentions to play for them. The interesting thing about this report is the idea that Russell Wilson's group may have realized the Steelers' preference for this player and his genuine interest in joining the team. Ultimately, it seems Wilson had a strong desire to return to the Steelers. One fascinating point in the current situation is that Russell Wilson's group seems to have noticed that Aaron Rodgers is the team's preferred choice, and Rodgers has shown interest in joining the roster. In the end, I'm firmly convinced that Russell Wilson really wanted to return to the Steelers. He mentioned during the offseason his desire to return to Pittsburgh, emphasizing how significant the city is to him. In fact, he was present at the Pro Bowl at the start of the offseason wearing Steelers gear, fully embracing the team's identity. Wilson really wanted this return, especially considering that with the Steelers, he would have a much better chance to compete for a Super Bowl title, which is his ultimate goal before retirement, compared to the New York Football Giants, who only won 3 games last season. The fact that Russell Wilson signed with New York suggests he may have realized that Aaron Rodgers would likely become a Steeler, and the expectations surrounding this organization and a potential partnership with Rodgers seem promising. According to people close to Wilson, there seems to be some kind of informal guarantee that the deal between Rodgers and the Steelers is nearly finalized. It seems to be just a matter of Rodgers sitting down and saying, "I'm ready for my final decision. Give me the contract and I'll sign it." From my perspective, it seems almost certain at this stage. Rodgers is showing great interest. He has been training with Steelers players, and the intensity of his workouts at his preparation facility in Los Angeles, along with his visits to UCLA to train with DK Metcalf and stay in touch with Steelers athletes like Pat Freiermuth, suggests ongoing talks with the Steelers coaching staff. There's considerable interest being shown by Rodgers, in my view, indicating that he is not considering retirement or stepping away from football. Reports indicate that conversations about this have already taken place, signaling that the situation is unfolding rapidly. The coaching staff is showing strong interest in Rodgers, which indicates that he has no intention of retiring or stepping away from football. Information suggests that Rodgers communicated to the New York team his desire to play until 2025. At the moment, the only formal offer Rodgers has is from the Pittsburgh team. This opens up some possibilities for him. The Pittsburgh team, retirement, or simply waiting. It seems that the official signing with the Pittsburgh team is just a matter of time. It was reported that Mike Tomlin commented on the in-person meeting they had with Rodgers, considered extremely positive. During this conversation, they explored the team's dynamics and talked with the coaches. This kind of meeting is often unfeasible for free agent players due to time restrictions. However, they have time now, and it's clear that Rodgers is taking a cautious approach to ensure that this is the right choice for him. Although I experience a mix of emotions regarding the time Rodgers is taking to make this decision, as I'm anxious and a bit frustrated wanting clarity on who will be the team's starting quarterback next season, I also recognize the importance of the careful analysis he's dedicating to this process. He's making an effort to ensure that the environment will foster success, devising a plan, and communicating effectively with both the players in the locker room and the coaches to establish a collective vision for the offense. Rodgers understands that considering the limited options for starting quarterbacks on the Pittsburgh team, he can afford to take the time needed to ensure that this is the ideal situation for him and that his expectations align with what the Steelers are looking for in a quarterback. Therefore, I believe it's beneficial for both the Pittsburgh team and Rodgers to take a careful approach to their decision-making, ensuring that this partnership is the best fit. The outcome, however, is still to be determined. This situation seems perfectly aligned for both him and the Pittsburgh team, as he also possesses the characteristics the team desires in a quarterback. From my perspective, it's a positive thing that the Pittsburgh team and Rodgers are taking the necessary time to validate if this collaboration is truly the right one. In the end, I believe the answer to this question will be positive. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The Pittsburgh Steelers are a team that's never shied away from making big moves, and rumors surrounding Lamar Jackson joining their ranks have set social media abuzz. Could the Steelers, known for their gritty defense and historic franchise success, actually land one of the NFL's most electrifying quarterbacks? The possibility of Lamar Jackson donning the black and gold jersey has fans wondering, what would the Steelers look like with a dual-threat QB at the helm? Could this be the missing piece to elevate their offense to new heights? Lamar Jackson, already a league MVP and one of the most dynamic players in the NFL, brings more than just a strong arm. His ability to create plays with his legs has redefined the quarterback position, making him a nightmare for opposing defenses. The Steelers' offense, which has struggled to find consistency at quarterback, could dramatically benefit from Jackson's dual-threat style. Imagine a Steelers offense that not only can hit deep passes but can also attack defenses with a mobile quarterback capable of evading pressure and extending plays with his legs. However, adding a player like Jackson would be no small task. The Steelers' current roster and cap space could be significant hurdles. Despite Jackson's proven success, acquiring him would require a hefty financial commitment, and the Steelers would have to make significant adjustments to their roster. Still, with Jackson's contract set for renewal and the Ravens' potential hesitation to extend him long-term, the door for a move could be wide open. Would the Steelers risk trading away key pieces to make this blockbuster move? While Steelers fans may be dreaming of a Jackson-led offense, there are serious questions to consider. The transition from one quarterback to another is never easy, and integrating a player of Jackson's caliber into a team with an already strong defensive identity would be a balancing act. The Steelers' culture and style of play would need to adapt to Jackson's strengths, potentially shifting the focus from their established defensive strategies to a more dynamic offensive approach. Would they be willing to make that change? As the rumors swirl and speculation continues, one thing is clear. The idea of Lamar Jackson in Pittsburgh is one that has fans and analysts alike on the edge of their seats. Will the Steelers make a move that shakes up the NFL landscape? Only time will tell, but the possibility of adding a player of Jackson's caliber to this storied franchise is enough to keep everyone eagerly awaiting what comes next. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.